1450 AM and W277K 102.3 FM, licensed to New Bern, North Carolina. News, information, community awareness, education. The Mary Perkins-Williams Show.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
radio
radio
audience.
audience.
How are
How
you
are you
today?
today?
Happy
Happy
4th of
4th of
July.
July.
This is
This
the
is the
day
day
where
where
the
the
country,
country,
this
this
country,
country,
is
is
250
250
years
years uh,
young. And we are heading into a new era 250 years of the United States. Today, I had planned something else, but I thought it would be most appropriate to share with you the immediate release. I am on Awesome Radio Network, the Awesome Radio Network, which consists of radio stations in Winterville, New Bern, Rocky Mount, and a second one that's Hispanic, Espanol in Winterville. This is WECU, or the call letters, and it's 1570 on your AM dial. Call your neighbors, or you might like FM, which is 107.5 on the FM dial, and that's in Winterville and Greenville. What I am planning to do today is to share with you the release that the Pitt County media person has sent to me as it relates to um, fireworks and heat safety in this day and term. Now, seniors, I know that the young folks will be having sparkles, and we're used to sparkles. The sparkles does produce a sparkle of fire. Those sparklers put off a spot of fire. Welcome to the Facebook, or welcome to social media programming. And today, this is what we are planning to talk about. We want you to be safe. We have not had a substantial amount of rain, and the ponds are low, the water table is low, and we certainly don't need to have a start with fire. And Don, who is the media person for the Pitt County government, has released a fireworks and extreme heat safety tips. Um, she releases emphasis on the sparklers reach. Those sparklers that I'm talking about, her information says they reach 2,000 Fahrenheit and in degrees. So that means it's very hot, and it can cause fire and burn even your fingertips. So be careful with sparklers. Keep tips. Stay hydrant. Avoid cars, and limit midday activities with your fireworks. If you go to the parking lot and parking places and you want to have a beautiful display of fireworks in your uh, area, you should be heat and fire safety uh, for your neighbors and your own property. Ahead of the weekend, please see the release that is on the Pitt County government website. And Dawn, DAWN, is the one who sponsors this. She is our media person, media and news person. And you see the release she has below. Her name is Dawn Jones. She is the PIO, Pitt County Public Information Media Relations person for the Pitt County government, located at 5th Street, West 5th Street. If you have questions, her number to call is 252-902-2993. Or you may email her, dawn.jones@pittcountync.gov. This is a June 29th immediate release. She sends them out ahead so you can get familiar with what it's about. We need to not only be stay safe, but we must stay safe as we enjoy the festivities of our 4th of July celebration. Promoting the safety use of fireworks, legal fireworks, not these things that you make yourself. And I can recall as a child where our parents, my parents or the neighborhood parents, made what they call fireballs. But you should use safe and legal fireworks because this is extreme heat. It has been up to 104 in some places, and it's felt like more than that on your natural skin. As we approach the summer season and America 250-year celebration, Pitt County reminds residents to stay safe by practicing firework safety and preparing for extreme heat. The safest way to enjoy fireworks is to attend a professional public display. And Greenville has one, Winterville, a lot of the communities in Pitt County, the municipalities in Pitt County, may have a public display of some kind of firework. The Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates that 14,700 people were injured by fireworks in 2024, highlighting the importance of following safety guidelines and leaving fireworks to trained professionals. Whenever possible, do that. I know that Bethel will be they had a beautiful one last year. Their first fireworks were last year, and it was in Bethel, and it lasted. And it was beautiful. That's Bethel, under the mayor of Card Wilson in Bethel, North Carolina. Bethel has been on this show in at a previous time, talking about what he expects from Bethel and how Bethel is going to grow. And some of it is happening. So I do know that on the 3rd, I believe, or is it the 2nd, Bethel will be having fireworks. Bethel has what you call that? Website. There we go. I found it. Bethel does have a website, and you should go on Bethel, North Carolina fireworks, and you will have it. Greenville is having one as well, but Bethel is in the northern end of town, and it has a very good display, and people from Oak City, Robertsonville, Hassel, the town of Halifax, Princeville, come to Bethel with their chairs, blankets, and coolers to drink. You need to always have extra water because this heat causes dehydration of the body. Now, Bethel's fireworks, I know, were beautiful last year. I plan to go again this year. I enjoyed them so much last year. And there were trucks, there are food trucks that you can purchase items, and water is displayed. Firework safety tips for use of legal fireworks. Never allow young children to handle fireworks. Now, these suggestions are produced by the Pitt County information person, Pitt County information person, Pitt County Public Information, and these are community public product safeties from her. Firework safety tips for use of legal fireworks. Don't go out and make something that you may cause a problem. Never allow young children to handle fireworks. Young children get excited and do not know how to handle fireworks. Even sparkles, this are those things that sparkles on the end and you have a metal thing. Those sparkles can cause a problem for you young children uh, when they handle fireworks on the, and they need to be under close supervision and of an adult, supervision of an adult. So, other words, have your fireworks stored in a place that cannot be reached by the younger children because they know what they are, they've seen them before, and they want to see them again. So make sure your fireworks are stored in a place where they cannot get them. Avoid running. Do not allow the children to run or play haphazardly with fireworks or rough housing while fireworks are being used. Worth housing. Let's see. You put a firework into something that may cause an explosion. Use fireworks outside, not in the house. Use fireworks outside, in the outdoors, in a clear open area away from homes. Be careful if you're doing that because the earth is hot, dead leaves are there, and the sparkles can cause a spark on those dead leaves and ignite those dead leaves, and they become a fire in the community. We want to keep everyone safe. We don't want our first responders of firemen to have to run around from here and there for fire. If you're going to have fireworks, turn your water hose on with a sprinkler at one end and leave it so that if something catches, that little spark can be put out immediately. So please do not take chances with fireworks because the ground is clear of debris. Horse playing can cause bodily harm when it's on the skin. So be sure that adults are around to assist you with a crowd of young people in helping them staying safe. When you're outside doing the fireworks, use fireworks outdoors in a clear, open area away from homes, away from dry grass and other flammable materials such as trash. You know I have a thing about trash. You should keep it up. And by the way, I want to thank all of you in District 2 to let you know I rode around this past weekend and I looked and I said, wow, it's different. These yards are cut all the way to the highway. Oh, how beautiful it looks just riding slowly down Old River Road. I mean, I just love it. There's no trash. Just great. Keep it up. We want everybody to know that we care about where we live here in Pitt County, which is north of the Tar River. Keep a bucket of water or garden hose nearby in case of fire or if there is a malfunction. Keep a blanket nearby if a child is wearing this thin, flimsy clothes that's easy to be caught by the sparkles, because you get those sparkles, you think they're safe. They can cause bodily harm, they can cause fire, and they may cause really injury for the children. Never try to relight or handle a firework item that has malfunctioned, because it's still a malfunctioning firework. You soak it in water and dispose of it properly. So because it does not look like it's hot, or it does not look like fire is there, but it can burn underneath, and you do not know that that shred of heat is there, and it can cause a fire. So when the firework has already sparkles and all the wire, that's a wire in it, drop it into a container that does not catch fire, such as a tin bucket or an iron pot or an old throwaway pot. That's where you can dispose of those fireworks that you try to show a pretty display to your household and neighbors. Ensure everyone is at a safe distance from the fireworks igniting before it is being lit. Make sure everyone is back away from it because your clothes can catch fire. Never light fireworks in a container, especially one made of glass or metal. In other words, if you have a sparkle and you got a bottle sitting out there, don't put that firework upside down so it can shoot out display sparkles from the bottle, nor a metal can that can tip over. The vibration can cause of the firework can cause the container to tip over. So make sure the thing is big enough of the container that's going to be shooting it. Don't shoot it if you don't know how to do it. Go to where there is a professional shooting fireworks, such as the city of Greenville have a good fireworks display, and it's usually on the 4th of July. A lot of the local towns, Farmville, Winterville, Bethel, will have a fire display. You know, Bethel is the only municipality in the northern part of Pitt County. So I am glad Bethel is on its way for development and is on its way of making a difference for their community. Store unused fireworks in a cool, dry place and always follow the manufacturer's instructions. In other words, those sparkles come in a paper box. Before you plan to have a firework display, read the box. If a piece of paper is in it with instructions, read the piece of paper in the box. Take it out and read it so you know how to handle that particular fireworks. Never, ever lean over fireworks while lighting them. Do not lean over fireworks while lighting them. You might want to lean over, think you can get down to it. My goodness, we're already 2 minutes before we have to go to break time. We're going to take a break today, and we're going to come back and talk about the fireworks. In the meantime, get your friends on the phone. Call them, tell them the Mary Perkins-Williams show is on, and she's talking about display of fireworks, how to be safe, and what to do with fireworks, and the various municipalities who will be having a display. Get your friends, get your neighbors on so that they will know how to handle the fireworks. This is the Mary Perkins-Williams show on Awesome Radio, and I am live on the network with Facebook and all of the social medias that come with that. This is a wonderful station, and this has been a joy to have. In a few seconds, we will be going off the air for messaging for the area of Pitt County. And then you will come back and talk about places of a display of fireworks, where you can get them if you haven't gotten them, if you haven't already crossed the Mason border, because that's where people go, south to buy fireworks. This is Awesome Radio, and I am your host, Mary Perkins-Williams, on the Awesome Radio Network. I am so happy you're joining me today. I am in color and I am live. Thank God for being alive because I tell you, people are still dropping. In a few seconds, like about 7 minutes, we will be off the air for a break. See you soon.
Do you have documents that need to be notarized? We provide notary services by appointment. 252 756 3137.
This is Viewpoints with Kirby Anderson.
Lauren Valhusen asked a provocative question. Is the iPhone birth control? She cites a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research that concluded that the diffusion of the iPhone accelerated the post-2007 U.S. fertility decline. The researchers estimated it could account for a third to a half of the percent drop. In her article, she makes it clear that she isn't saying that the iPhone made women infertile. Instead, her article and the research study argue that the spread of the iPhone and constant access to it affected certain behaviors. I think we all know what the issue is. These smartphones hindered the formation of relationships and led to less intimacy. Of course, we didn't need a massive study to understand what has been taking place. Smartphones decreased the amount of face-to-face socializing, while at the same time increased the amount of time spent alone. They also make access to pornography and other visuals that are destructive to positive social relationships. She summarizes the technical conclusions with these simple phrases. Phones made us less social. As a result, fewer people date and fewer babies are born. That may have led to fewer teen pregnancies, but in the long term, it resulted in our declining birth rate. In previous commentaries, I've documented the social and psychological impact of smartphones on the youngest generation over the last 2 decades, add declining fertility to this growing list. She laments that phones have turned us into awkward, antisocial puppies who can't handle eye contact, so we stand in corners at bars and don't talk to each other. This study is another reason why we need to put down our phones. I'm Kirby Anderson, and that's my point of view.
Go deeper on topics like you just heard by visiting pointofview.net. That's pointofview.net.
Hello, this is Cheryl Davis. Thank you for listening to the Awesome Radio Network.
Awesome radio, yes, awesome, awesome, can you feel it? Awesome, awesome.
News, information, community awareness, education. The Mary Perkins-Williams Show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the break time, where will fireworks be displayed in Greenville. The boardwalk is the normal place for Greenville for you to go with your blanket, your picnic chair. Get you something comfortable to sit on. There are not that many seating places around on the boardwalk, which is on 1st Street along the Tar River, between the bridge and the post office downtown. It's on the waterfront along 1st Street. That's a good place. Some people just pull over by the airport so they won't be along the train. Travelers are doing that. They pull over. And the law enforcement has been kind all these years with not bothering you while you pull over and watch the fireworks. Make sure you select your place now as to where you're going to go and what time you're going to go. I picked up yesterday at the City of Greenville building a Living in Greenville and Pitt County 2026 glimpse. And on the front of it, the most recent one is a glimpse. Merchants Alley is on the front cover. Not people, but Merchants Alley in downtown Greenville. This is a publication of the Greater Greenville Chamber by the publication of the Greater Greenville Chamber of Commerce. Very good. It has a lot of information for visitors. You can walk by any business in Greenville and know where we are. It also gives you a quick glance of the schools in Greenville. So if you're traveling here and you have interest in the Pitt County area, we welcome you. Thank you for coming, and thank you for spending your money right here in Pitt County. It helps our residents. And residents, make sure you find one and give them your best uh, information on where you like to wine and dine, or where you like to drink your soft drink and dine, or where you like to have your water and tea and dine, because your favorite place may become someone else's favorite place, and that business owner will be making money to pay their taxes. It's all about taxes. We won't live beyond taxes. The Chamber, Greater Greenville and Pitt County Chamber of Commerce, has featured many helpful things for you to have as a resource for the future. It has the new Gateway downtown, which means downtown has a hotel now. There is a hotel downtown. All of the hotels are not centered on the outer edge of the town. You have one coming in, a hotel coming in from the northeastern, right off of Martin Luther King Boulevard Highway. And you have one coming in from the western part of Greenville, right on Interstate 587. And then you have restaurants coming in from the southern part of Pitt County, which is, what's that? Now, 13 and 11, or isn't that the Tom Taft Highway is going to be named after? I went to a ribbon cutting one time, and there was, I think it was a highway that may be named after the Taft family. Then when you get to the heart of Greenville and the area of the city of Greenville, you may come up on a lot of hotels and motels for Greenville. You make a right turn and you go down Greenville Boulevard. That's 264. Greenville Boulevard would take you almost all around. It would certainly take you in the southern part around from east to west of Greenville, going east and west. Greenville does not cross, Greenville Boulevard does not cross the 10th Street, nor does it cross 5th Street. Greenville Boulevard does not cross. So if you are new in town and you go either north or south and you no longer leave the proper part of the city of Greenville, there are 9 other places that you can venture out when you leave Greenville. Is alphabetically, I won't do it alphabetically. I know I'll mess it up. Aden is in the southern part of Greenville. Bethel, Bethel, is in northern, the only municipality in the northern part of Pitt County. Grimes Land, I skipped F. Farmville is in the western part of Greenville. Falkland is in the western part of Greenville. Fountain is in the western part of Pitt County, not Greenville, the western part of Pitt County. Away from Greenville, I'm trying to call them away from Greenville. There are 9 other municipalities. I named Farmville, Falkland, and Fountain. Those are your F's. Those places are in the western part of the county. When you leave the F, you get to G, Grimes Land. Grimes Land is in the eastern part of Pitt County. And Griffin is in the southernmost part of Pitt County. And that's down by 11 and 13 South 11 and 13 South. That is Griffin, which is on the cone at the pointed end of Pitt County, the Pitt County landmass. There you go. I went to Bethel, and then I went to Greenville. Now, right outside of Bethel is a place called Carolina Township. It's just a township. It does have a small, and that's in the northeastern part of the county, just before you get to the Martin County line. And as you come up through, it's up by 903, which is near Stokes, North Carolina. Stokes is S, and that's in the western part of the county. When you are thinking about the 9 parts beyond the city of Greenville, which is the county seat, you have Pactolus Township. It's a township. And you have Belvoir Township, which is in the, Belvoir is the northeastern part of the county. And we have a minute to go, and I've been giving you the landmass. If you are visiting the county of Pitt, we have 10 municipalities. We have other townships that is specified. And these other places are spacious living, where you can have houses living out there. And it's not a lot of businesses, maybe 1 or 2 stores, but not a lot of business. Now, Awesome Radio will be taking another break, and we will come back for the latter part of the largest part of the Mary Perkins-Williams Show, right here on Awesome Radio. WECU, our call letters, 1570 on the AM dial, 107.5 on the FM dial, 107.5 on the FM dial. We do have a Latin American station, WBIS-LP, 106.9 FM, and we have one in Rocky Mount. So we try to cover the masses of our community residents. Thank you, and I'll see you in a few seconds on the Mary Perkins-Williams Show.
Have you ever wished there was a place where faith, community, healthy living, and entrepreneurship could come together? Welcome to Journey Cafe in Greenville, North Carolina, a community cafe with purpose. At Journey Cafe, you can sip healthy smoothies, shop local products, and support entrepreneurs who are building dreams right here in our community. For many small business owners, expensive pop-up events bring high fees and little long-term growth. Journey Cafe offers something different, a consistent opportunity to display, sell, and grow in a supportive environment where relationships matter. More than just a cafe, Journey Cafe is a platform for opportunity, a place where community connects and purpose thrives. They are currently seeking investors and community partners who believe in building something that creates impact for generations to come. Visit Journey Cafe at 401 Evans Street in Greenville. Journey Cafe, stronger together.
Hello, this is Guy Jackson. Thank you for listening to the Awesome Radio Network.
Awesome Radio. Yes, awesome. Awesome. Can you feel it? Awesome. Awesome. Awesome Radio. Yes, awesome. Awesome. Can you hear it? Awesome. Awesome.
News, information, community awareness, education. The Mary Perkins-Williams Show.
Welcome back, audience. Now, look, here's what I'm going to do. You can call in if you like. If you're visiting this town, this city, this county, Pitt County is the landmass. Greenville is the county seat. If you're visiting us on this holiday, we're happy to have you. Welcome to the land of of ice cream and cone because we're shaped like an ice cream cone. And you know what? We have a nice place outside of, I'm not going to call any names. They need to do their own uh, place of business, but they make ice cream, good ice cream. Somebody can tell you about it. They can, you can look and find a lot of things in the glimpse. Walking around in the city of Greenville, go downtown, park at at that thing called the parking park. That building down there where you go in the building and park. Or you may park on the street. Get out of your car and walk. Walk past any merchant and you can pick up a glimpse, Glimps, magazine produced by the Greenville Pitt County Chamber of Commerce. And this one features Merchants Alley. This is what they named it. And inside of it, other businesses and merchants for the city of Greenville is pushing Greenville. Greater Greenville is by the Greater Greenville Chamber. Every town has a little chamber, I guess. Some towns are working to build it. And they are featuring a new gateway to downtown Greenville. That's on the contents page. And it's building the community one center at a time. A glimpse into Greenville's newest small building is on page 12, the newest one. And then on page 18, it has young professionals of Pitt County. Now, let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm talking about what's in Pitt County as Greenville Chamber sees it. This magazine is free, so I'm not pushing something that you have to pay for. All you have to do is walk by and pick up. And Greenville is an accredited. The chamber is U.S. Chamber of Commerce. It's an accredited chamber. Oh, my goodness. An accredited chamber. And it features young professionals of Pitt County. Now, I don't know what they're calling young professionals of Pitt County. Maybe it's young businesses. But you can look at it and see who has a chance to be in that for the Chamber of Commerce, the Greenville Chamber of Commerce. And then there is a chamber member business directory at the very last feature page. Now, I have covered a very, it has a beautiful picture on the back side of the inside the back cover of their publication, and it is, where did I see it? There it is. One of the eye inside the front cover. It is the eye catcher of the season. Beautiful location. Proud to call Greenville home. This is one of the newest businesses in town, and it is certainly the most eye-catchy one. Town Bank by Town Insurance. And once upon a time, there was a man who volunteered to serve on the Northern Pitt County Improvement Association board. Northern Pitt County Improvement Association is the organization for which I provide constituency services, that building out on at 2197 Old River Road. That's the home place of Northern Pitt County Improvement Association. And when that organization first started, see, I'm getting into something that you did not know. A man called Mr. Hyatt, Bob Hyatt, volunteered to serve on that board. Now, you want to know what he looked like. Mr. Hyatt was a businessman. He worked at Hyatt Insurance Company on Arlington Boulevard. Very nice man, Caucasian, because y'all know my district is full of people, period, of all kinds. And they are my kin folks. So we are not going to talk about who's who, but I wanted you to know he's no longer here. And today, I to his family, I like to say, I know he had a wife. I like to say that it was nice meeting you. Love to see you sometime. And Mr. Hyatt was missed when he transitioned from earth into the great beyond. So Bob Hyatt served on the Northern Pitt County Improvement Association board and joined and met with us at the home office, which is located right on at 2197 Old River Road. He assisted us with getting started. He was energetic gentleman. He was just communicable, embracing the various aspects that exist in Pitt County, and he shared a lot of knowledge with the board and myself as well. I really appreciated his service, and he was working hard to get us to get some funds to help us. He liked what we were doing as a board. He met every meeting, did not miss a meeting. I'm talking about Bob Hyatt. Did not miss a meeting. We only met once a month, but he attended all of the meetings, and he had plenty to say to the Northern Pitt County Improvement Association that does information for the indigent in the northern part of Pitt County at 2197 Old River Road. I enjoyed meeting Mr. Hyatt. He was quite a joy to be around. He had a sense of humor, and we got to know the real person. So, may you rest in peace, Mr. Hyatt. The town bank is located right in a central part of the commercial area of Greenville, at the end of Arlington Boulevard, eastern part of Arlington Boulevard, on the eastern part of Arlington Boulevard, and it curves around and head west. And at the western part of Arlington Boulevard, you will come up into the health area of East Carolina University. In the very east on 5th Street is East Carolina University, a place where I worked for a number of years from 1970 to 1998. If you get on 5th Street, new in town, this show today is keeping you in mind, our visitors who are coming here and who are already here, filling the hotels and meeting with families and visiting family members right here in Pitt County. One of the largest is the largest town mass in eastern part of North Carolina. And I like to say welcome to you. I just happen to be on the show of Awesome Radio, and I serve as a county commissioner on the Pitt County Board of County Commissioners. And we are happy to have you visit with us this holiday as we celebrate the 250th year of the country of the United States. And I'm talking about what Pitt County and Greenville has to offer you. I was expecting to have a young man on the show today who had come from South America to talk. He was a native young man, Logan Council, who was the son of a classmate of mine, Walter Baker Council, who passed recently. He didn't get a chance to see this 4th of July celebration, who married to Mildred Atkinson Council. As you can see, that death was quite shocking to the Bethel Union class of 1963. 4th of July. What do we offer our guests and visitors? The ELPS alumni. Back in the day, it was called the CM ELPS High School, which was a traditional, historic high school which educated secondary education of African American born children. That was a high school. And during this time of the year, that high school is the motivating effort, because ELPS High School was located, it was CM ELPS High School, and it was located at the western end of 5th Street. Well, there is a parade every year that Greenville allows to happen with the promotion of Greenville and local, because Greenville is a county seat. All of the historical the historical African Americans, black folks had all names, all kind of names, colored and black and African, but African American high schools come together under the leadership of the CM ELPS School for a parade and have just fun. And the good thing about it is a time where the cultures come together. The high school show what once upon a time was for us, because at the time, Rose High School, J.H. Rose High School, was the historic white school for the white children. Back in the day, we're talking about history, and that school led the parade at Christmas time. So this time, during this time of the year, since the African American high school, historical high schools have closed and all of the schools have merged into a comprehensive school system of Pitt County Schools. Pitt County Schools is located, they are in the building at the old Pitt County Hospital. If you were here back in the day and you're just visiting, and it's located on the western part of 5th Street. You got to go around in circles, and you'll see the medical end of East Carolina University. On the eastern end of East Carolina University is the educational and the various discipline of the university, once were called ECTC. That's East Carolina Teachers College. East Carolina University back in the day was a teachers college, and it still has an educational college now under the leadership of Dean Green. Dean Green, doesn't that sound good? I met the gentleman. So as one of the people who are part of the educational, as a residential person who been hooked to the School of Education that is under the leadership of Dean Green. I like saying Dean Green. That is really good. That's a good ring to it. And I met some of the students and I met the faculty of the dean, and I attended the stakeholders meeting because the education department now has the library, which is the library, Department of Library Science, is a part of education because libraries are a part of the storehouse of knowledge, only a part of it, of the storehouse of information and knowledge. And it is under, and is an accredited school now. It's accredited in the College of Education at East Carolina University, located on the eastern part of 5th Street. And on the western part of the 5th Street is the health portion of East Carolina University. Now, this is just a natural thing for East Carolina. Brings in, you came at the right time if you're visiting, because the students are basically gone. And this is the time where the residents feel easy to find its way around the city because Greenville has grown. And we have to find our way because we have a pile of apartments over here and a stack of apartments over there and a bushel of apartments over there and a bushels of apartment everywhere until we have to find our way during the summertime so we can travel when the students are here beginning August. Won't be long that they'll be back. More than 40,000 students so invades this area, and we do have to have places for them to live. So Greenville is one of the fastest growing cities, and Pitt County is one of the fastest growing, the best in the East, and a leader in the state of North Carolina. So this new book will give you the newest information. I'm sharing it with you because as a visitor, I hope you see something that would entice you to come back and make Pitt County your home. Greenville Chamber of Commerce is located downtown, right off of the main street. Now, Evans, I can't talk about Greenville. I'm talking about Evans Street. Evans Street runs east and west, and this show is about to end. And if you haven't learned how to travel in Greenville so far, don't forget to get a glimpse. And I have been kind enough, under the leadership of this minority media source, Awesome Radio, produced, owned, directed, you name it, a brilliant person of Aquila Thickpen McCartan. I dig it. I got it right. Of Awesome Radio. Awesome Radio is the only minority station here in this county of Pitt and the city of Greenville. And I'm so happy she's kind enough to have us on this show. And we bring a lot of ideas to the area. I am so delighted that Awesome has decided to stay here and become the central part of minority media, information, television, and everything else. And in a few seconds, welcome. Don't forget to join the parade. Look at it on July the 4th. Thank you.
Awesome Radio.